live. All right. I'm just gonna swoop down here and get this brought up on my station so that I can see your guys' comments. Oh, here we go. I can see it, so hopefully y'all pop in and say hello. So welcome, my name is Elizabeth Giles, coming to you live from the Stampin' Unicorns craft room here in Marshfield, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 20 years, and every more or less Tuesday I come on here and do a free card making class. Sometimes we share some cards, sometimes we make cards, but we always seem to have some fun. So welcome. Make sure you say hello when you pop on. That automatically gets you entered in to win the sample that we're creating tonight. And if we get over 15 likes, thumbs up, I will give away $5 in product credit. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun, just, to hang out and do all the things. So I hope you guys are seeing me, and we'll kind of get started. There's a few things happening in the Stampin' Up! World right now that I'll cover, and then we are going to be making a card that I actually made for a demonstrator swap. So if you are part of the Stupendous Swappers with me, it is a group that I organize. It is demonstrators who have swapped with me in the past and I know do great work. And so we swap with each other periodically just to get amazing samples. And hello, Kathy Wenzel and Joanne. Yes, so I'm going to be showing you the swap that I made for the rest of that group. So if you are part of that group and you did not get your swaps yet, close your eyes. Or if you want to see how I made it, go ahead and just come along for the ride. So yeah, some great things. And then also this year, I am doing the kindness bucket list. And so we will pick our new kind card that I will complete during the next week. So there's 52 cards, one for each week of the year, and we are going to do them together. And I apologize. Last week I told you that I would post that card that I scratched off, and unfortunately, I totally forgot. Hello, Kathy Larson. There are just a few things happening in my life right now, which is very unfortunate, but it's life and it happens. So I just got a little sidetracked. But I promise this week I will post that card, and then also what I did with that card, and then I'll post the new card that we're gonna draw tonight. Yay! So let's go ahead and flip the camera down so that you guys can see and everything's not backwards, because if I hold something up, it's backwards to you, like my sign right here. But we'll flip the camera down and then it'll be the right way. And we're just gonna have, a little fun tonight. It's gonna get a little noisy, but that's okay, right? Okay, I might also have to adjust. I think I have this back in line, but nope, I do not. It is totally angled like that. So let's see if we can get it fixed and zoom in. All right. There we go. Business card up in the corner. This looks kind of straight. I'm going to have to wait until I see it on my computer. And my mouse, I don't even have it plugged in, so I don't know why that's there. But anyways, first things first, our winner from last week is this ID, and I believe that's Eunice. So congrats, Eunice, on winning the card that one of the cards we made last week. So I will put that with your order. Actually, I think I have your order here yet. So that's that. Let me go over the Stampin' Up! Specials happening right now, so we don't forget, and we'll get it kind of out of the way. So right now we have bonus days. So for every $50 you spend, you will get a $5 coupon to use in February. All right. So if you place $100 before shipping and tax, you would get 2 coupons worth $10. You also get your customer rewards. So if you placed a $100 order, you would get $10 in coupons, and then you would get $10 also in rewards because it's 10%. Okay, so then you have to redeem those coupons. You can also gift those coupons to other people. So that is happening right now. Also, we have the product of the month. I've kind of talked about this a couple of times. So the product of the month is going to change every month. You can qualify for the product of the month when you order $75. Then this costs $5. And look at these sayings. You guys, I can't wait to get mine because I'm definitely going to use them in that live. But this is this month. Now they do have last month left, which is the paper. Where is that paper? I just had it. Yes, this paper, True Blues Floral, and we used it on a card. But this paper, they also still have. So if you did not get it in December, you can still order it in January, but you can only order these items once, and they are while supplies last. So while this program is still fresh, things aren't quite selling out yet, but I feel like it's going to pick up and people are going to end up, like think when we get a new catalog and we have new ink colors, people are going to get $75 very easily. Speaking of ink colors, you guys, if you have any of the retiring ink colors, let me just grab them off the shelf here. If you need any of these guys, these colors right here, they are going to retire in May officially. But I can tell you, if we run out of this, they're not going to refresh it now, right? So make sure if you need ink refills, if you need ink pads, if you need cardstock, order it now, all right? While supplies last. Hey, all right. Is Gandy Ports 3, or however you pronounce it, Eunice? Because if it is, Miss Eunice, you won the card from last week. Yes. Okay. So that is product of the month. And then there is this huge virtual card retreat going on. This kit is $165, and you get a whole ton of things. Now they're going to give you instructions to make 15 cards, but you're going to get way more stuff than what it would be to make 15 cards. Okay. So if you want more information on that, just let me know. All right. So we covered all the things Stampin' Up! Related. Now we're going to pick, like I said, we're doing the kindness bucket list this year. So 52 weeks. We are picking a card out of here. So in here, I have numbers, and whatever number we pick is the card we're going to do. So here we have number 37. So let me find card number 37. At least they're in order, and I should know my 1, 2s, and 3s. That's 31, 32, 33, 36, 37. We can't do them in order because if you guys know me at all, we don't do things in order. Okay. So this is titled Childhood Chores. It is free, so it won't cost anything. Should be done during the daytime. Takes about 1 to 2 hours. It can be done at home or away. It's active and it's spontaneous. So let's go ahead and scratch this off and see what it is. If anybody has any guesses, that would be a cool thing. Oh, I got it. I have just the idea for this too. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me just get rid of that so it doesn't get all over our workstation. So it says, lend a hand to a neighbor with an outdoor task like mowing the lawn, weeding the garden, or shoveling snow. It's a spirited way to build community bonds and make your neighborhood a nicer place for everyone. Plus, it's a chance to enjoy a fresh air and get a mini workout. So I definitely have a great idea for this. We have new neighbors. Looks like I need to block somebody here. We have new neighbors and they're younger. Remove and hide user on this channel. Okay, I think I did it. And so our old neighbors used to like clear out this pathway for the mailman and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like they just got a new puppy. So I'm going to go ahead and probably clear that out of their way. And I know like we've had some rain and stuff. So this will be the perfect time to just get that all cleaned up and out of the way. So that is my plan. Let me know if you guys think that you'll be helping out a neighbor this week. The other things, like there's not really a lot of things to do outside right now, but I do feel like I may give some cards to one of our neighbors who's going through some tough times. So even though it's not like childhood chores, it's still something that is pertinent to my life and my likes. So that is number 37. So I have a week to accomplish this, and I hope you guys will play along with me. Okay, let's put that back in the box. All right, now on to our creative journey here. Are you guys still with me? I was late. Did anybody figure out why I was late tonight? There was 2 reasons. So you guys can give me some guesses as to what you think while I get everything ready. For our card tonight, we're using Outdoor Adventure. This is an online exclusive that came out in November. And then we're also using A Reason to Celebrate. And this came, I didn't mark it. This is in the mini catalog. And we are going to be using this Better Together. And what's the other one? Oh, Happy Anniversary. So I just thought it was a little unique. And the colors we're using tonight are Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and I always forget this one, Pecan Pie. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our cardstock cut. Oh, I also need a white insert. Silly me. White. Or wait, did I put white on the inside? No, I think I did vanilla, actually. Actually, as my nieces would say. Actually, Auntie. Okay, there we go. All right, vanilla. All right, we got a couple guesses. Wenzel said work. Larson said dinner. Sort of. I'll wait and see if anybody else has some guesses as to why I was late tonight. Oh my gosh, Joanne, that would have been awesome, but not quite. Okay, let's cut. So we're gonna cut this piece here to 5 1/4 by 4. So this is our very vanilla, and it is just a mat inside our card. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. Then on the outside, well, the card base is our standard 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. On the front, we are going just slightly in. So this Pretty Peacock is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And this is going to be a mat for our Lost Lagoon. So this is 4 3/4. by 3.5. Okay, and those are our pieces. I don't think I'll have to cut anything else. So let's set that aside. Now, normally I stamp first, but I kind of want to get the embossing and die cutting done first. So we'll kind of go with that. And I'm starting to get a little warm, so I'm going to just take off my sweatshirt. Oh man, look at this. I'll have to fix that later. Anyhow, these types of sweatshirts always kind of do that. They're slinky, you know. Okay, so this paper is also, let's see, it's either an online exclusive or it's in the mini catalog, but it is called Natural Hues 12 by 12. Oh, here we go. January through April mini catalog. So this is, if you guys remember when we had natural paper before, it's 3 different colors. One's kind of like a cream. Another is, I mean, I'm going to call that like cat shit brown. I don't know. It's a nice, like, I don't know. And then this one is more of like a caramel, like our old caramel color we had. So I'm using 2 of these. They're fibrous. They have some texture to them. And I happen to have some scraps here. And we are cutting our animals out. So these are the new ways that we get our dies. Now I'm putting my dies just in the back here on a magnetic thing. If you want, you can put yours in between, but I like to be able to see them, and it's just super handy. We are cutting our animals out. And then on the Lost Lagoon, we are going to do some heat embossing and dry embossing. The embossing folder is this folder here, which apparently I didn't put tape over. This is in the annual or in the mini catalog. It's like Fig and Ivy or something like that. But check that out. If somebody knows the name of this, let me know. Also, I have to get my nails done. Girls, I got these done like over a month ago and they are so grown out. So just ignore them. I apologize. But we're going to run that through. So let's just get all the machine stuff out of the way and then we can continue on. So the Stampin' Cut die machine, emboss machine, this big old thing can do it all. And that's just what we're going to do. First, we have it set up to die cut. All the instructions, all the plates, all of everything come when you get the kit. And guess what? I missed a plate because I had it set up for die cutting. Or not die cutting, for embossing. Okay, so I missed plate number 2. Look at that. Right there's the instructions, Elizabeth. But all of the plates come when you get your machine. And I know you can buy machines from wherever you want, but I can tell you, if you have an issue with your machine or anything like that, Stampin' Up will do you good. Stones and Vine embossing folder. Perfect. Thanks, guys. So it's all about the service that you also receive if and when you have a problem. Honestly, I've had this machine for a very long time. And I just recently got a backup machine. And I probably do way more die cutting and stuff than you guys ever will. Because I do classes and I'm running stuff through multiple times. So, okay. Now we're going to run through our embossing folder. And this is a thick embossing folder. So I'm just going to grab my other plate here and run that through. I just love that we can take plain paper and turn it into whatever we want. Voila! Okay. Let's get this guy out of the way. And put that away. And continue on with our card. We're also going to put these away. Now this here, this is just a magnetic vent cover. You can order these on Amazon. And what I do is I just tape it right onto the cardstock or cardboard, whatever that came in there. And then it just hangs out. And like I said, I like to put mine on the back so that I can see them. Because I mean, yes, we have the images on the front, but it's not like the right size all the time. So if I take this guy, see, he's a little bigger. So I want to be able to see the images. I sort of do the same thing with my stamps, but you can't see them as well because there's instructions back here. So I haven't figured out what I want to do yet with these, but it's there. It is what it is, right? Okay, let's figure this out. I know we need a circle punch for our sentiment. So we're going to go ahead and punch out. Boom. So this is a 2-inch circle punch. And it doesn't matter where you punch it out. You just want to make sure that you leave enough room for the border. Okay? Because this is going to go right like that. All right. Okay. What was I doing that I was late? Well, I was making lasagna, but not for supper. I was making lasagna for sometime this weekend, but mostly to give to my mom tomorrow when I see her. So there's few things that I make, and I made lasagna for the first time, I think last year. It was when I guess 2 years ago maybe, because last year is now 2025. But when my sister was living in her camper, because they were adding on, remodeling, and you know, camper ovens don't work the best. She was craving lasagna, and I said, you know, I've never made actual lasagna before. I've made lasagna roll-ups and Alfredo roll-ups and all that kind of stuff, but I never made actual lasagna. And I found this recipe, and chef's kiss. I don't use onions in it because I do not like the texture of onions, but I use onion powder and all that good jazz. But anyhow, I digress. Okay. Oh, I actually missed a little piece for the outside, or for the inside. So this piece is going to be like 3/4 by 5 1/8. Yes. And this gets ran through the embossing folder too. So I'm just going to do that real quick on the back side. I knew I was forgetting something with the measurements. So if you're making multiples of these cards, you will naturally end up with a piece of cardstock that you will be able to cut down to this size. Okay? And we all have scraps. We all have scraps. So use those scraps to create beautiful insides. Okay, see, that was pretty quick. We're going to stamp the inside first, and then we will do some embossing and some other coloring and things, okay? So let's grab our tree, and then, like I said, this is going to say happy anniversary. The nice thing with these is you can make it whatever you want. So if you need a graduation card, if you need anything like lucky or congratulations, anything. But we're going to do happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Let's see. Where is happy? Uh-oh. Happy might be... Oh, happy is with the Happy Valentine's Day. So we're not doing happy anniversary. We will do, let's see, another wonderful year. Is there birthday? Birthday celebrations, okay? So let's find that. Another wonderful year. Birthday celebrations. See, we can pivot. We can pivot. Okay. Perfect. That's the other nice thing about having multiple options on a stamp set. Grabbing a few blocks here. And then from our outdoor adventure, we need the trees. Now this stamp set is one of those where it's distinctive. So it's not going to stamp exactly solid. And you can tell that when you look at it, right? It is not solid. It has some distinctive stamping to it. Okay. Now I'm going to just line these up on my grid. Birthday celebrations, and then pick them up with my block. All right, onward, forward. Here we're stamping straight onto this piece. Now, since this piece, or we're using photopolymer, we want to have a cushion. So either like an old piece of cardboard or one of the mats, anything that just gives it a little spring. We are stamping the pecan pie, the trees in pecan pie, but I don't want it full strength, so we'll stamp it off and then over to there. And then the words are going to be in full strength, okay? Now, how many of you guys have a hard time making like masculine cards? Like, I feel like we don't have as many options for those types of cards. So this would definitely be a wonderful option. We'll go ahead and glue this to the inside. Just kind of get it out of the way. These colors too, they're soft, but they're not like feminine. But you could definitely use this as a feminine card too. So they go either way here. Okay. Get in there, right there. All right. Next step. We are going to do a little embossing. So our friends here, they will get a dimensional or two, and then mosey out of the way. There we go. And we are also going to heat emboss on here. Okay, so when you heat emboss, two things to remember. Your oils on your fingers will naturally create spots for the embossing powder to stick to. So if you have an embossing buddy, go over it. Static will also cause that. So embossing buddies are great. Versamark is clear. This is our sticky ink that we are going to use to get the embossing powder to stick to our cardstock. We are using the gold, which is in the Metallics Wow Embossing Powder Pack. This one has gold, bronze, and silver. Oh yeah, here I have another Versamark. They're just all over the place. And then also when you get like the embossing kit, it also comes with the tweezers right here and this brush, so you can swipe away the excess as needed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp Another Wonderful Year right in the middle. Then take this, cover up that. We'll do this in two steps. We're going to do the words first, and then we're going to do the other part. So I like to just kind of tap it so that it comes out, and that's covered up all of everything. And then we're going to just tap it in right like that. And then also flick it. And that gets mostly everything off. Now, it looks kind of shitty right now, not going to lie. But once we apply the heat, and this might get a little loud, you will see it will turn. I'm going to try and get it to focus here. Look at that. Okay, easy as that. Now we're going to go ahead and do some on here. And I'm not going to do like this whole thing. I'm going to use a dabber and dab some of this ink. Okay. How many of you guys have done this before? I love adding a little bit just where I kind of want it. I tried to make this card without doing this, and it just was not as awesome. So you can add this wherever you want, okay? You can also, if you just want to like highlight all the raises on here, you can take this and just lightly go over the top and scrape it, and then it will just grab the raised parts, but you have to be very, very careful. Okay, now we're going to come back here and bring in our embossing powder. And now I kind of have this all over. So it's very hard to see where you've just added the ink. So we're just going to kind of go all over this. It'll be fine. Trust me, people. Trust me. There we go. And then since this is embossed, it's really easy to kind of just fold up into a taco. Give it some good wax. And we have like these splotchy areas. And it's fine like on here if you do not get everything off. So yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to hold this down. And let's zoom in because I just love this part. Heat embossing is one of the first things I did at a Stampin' Up! Event. Okay, so here we go. Oh, look, I got a hair in there. Okay. And if you don't want it to be as full coverage, you can take like this and kind of scrape it off. But this, oops, why am I not holding it down? Like I told you guys. Oh, talking and not listening. All right, so we're just going to go over this whole thing. Boop, 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 boop. Now, you don't want to go too long because you can like fry, but do you see right there where that's kind of not melted? We're going to hit that a little bit more, and now it's good to go. Yeah, you can just tell if it's not shiny. I just didn't hold it on there long enough. All right. Look at how beautiful that is. Now we're going to mess it up a little bit too. I'm going to give it a second to dry, and while we're doing that, I am going to color our ribbon. The ribbon we're using, we actually used last week too on this card. So we are going to color it though, because it would match too much. So we are taking the gold white. Let's see, what did they just call it? Ribbon. And your Stampin' Blends. Okay. This is just the light pecan pie. We're going to take the brush end and just go over it. You can make this ribbon any color you want, and that gold is still going to shine through. And we need it just a smidge longer because we're tying it in a knot that will have some stuff hanging off. And don't forget to do the back side. If you don't want to do the back side, that's fine. Just make sure when you do your knot that if the back side shows, you're just covering that up. Okay, we're going to give that just a moment to dry. This is an alcohol marker, so it's going to dry super quick, but I just don't want it all over my fingers. Okay, let's zoom out here just a smidge and come back to this piece here. This is going to get colored. I forgot to grab the daubers for that, so give me one moment. There we go. I'm going to use the pecan pie first, and we're just going to give it a little color. Basically, this pecan pie on here gives the gold like a tarnished look. Tarnished. It is tarnished, you guys. Tarnished. So I'm just adding that periodically around. I do not want to cover the full background, but I want to get it colored enough. And then we are also adding a little pretty peacock. This is a wonderful way to bring your color scheme all together too. So if you're just like, oh, I gotta add a smidge of color somewhere, just grab a dauber. Go to town, add a border to a mat. Just do a little bit here and there. Okay. Voila. Now this is going to get glued onto there. And let me show you a little trick. Okay, we have a hole, right? So we don't want to just add glue to the whole back side of this, right? So we are going to add glue around the circle and then kind of like this. And then on the back of here, because this piece is smaller than our mat, we will add the border. Now, when you place it down, you know that you have glue all the way around the border and by those pieces there, and it will not get all over your fingers. Voila. All right. Now I think this is dry. Oh yeah. It gets a really stiff too when it gets dry. So make sure it doesn't get too dry as you're using it. So we're going to do the ribbon tie trick. You're taking your ribbon. You are tying it in a double knot. So once, twice. On the second pull, you want to make sure you are pulling it straight out so that you get this L shape here. Slide it off. Grab your fancy ribbon cutting scissors and cut this loop at an angle, and you will get the perfect little knot every time. Now I'm going to cut this side down because I did not cut that loop right in half, but look at that. And then we hold it on our card. Ooh, I'm a little short. I got to add a little bit of color. That's so close. So close. Okay. Boom. Okay. Wow. Am I the only one sweating here or what? Woof does. Okay. Time for assembly. Get this out of the way. We are going to take our everlasting pieces of two-way tape, tear-in tape that we get in every single kit. And thanks, Kathy. And add some here. Actually, I could add it around the whole thing because we are putting this on our card. This one's gone. Yay. Let's see if we have another one. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have 1,000 of them. So let's find the end here. And then along the bottom. Okay. This ribbon this tape holds ribbon so freaking good. We're just going to get these two edges off, and then I'll show you how you get it so that it really sticks good. Okay. So we are lining this up. I would say like 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And bringing it around back. And that tape is holding it, but we're going to add on another piece of tape just to overlap it and really hold it down. Because we have a lot of this. So let's use it. And it's fairly inexpensive, honestly, if you're buying a roll of it, to use it for your ribbons. I hate it when I put a ribbon on and then it like is saggy and it's coming off and it slides out of place. Like, so annoying, honestly. I just got to get my fingernail underneath it. And then let's see. I have this glue here, so we'll just add glue to the middle. This is going on the front of the card. Then I don't like to rub that part, so we're going to flip it over, give it a good rub-a-dub-dub. Whenever I do embossed pieces, I always use glue when it's heat embossed, or not heat embossed, but when it's dry embossed, because I feel like it just adheres a little better. So we're going to glue on our sentiment. And then lastly, we have to put our animals on here. We have a fox and a buck. Boop, boop, boop. And there we go. And then the buck goes here. Do you know if you could go over that ribbon with Winka Stella? You could, but honestly, Winka Stella would probably not add too much to it because it's got the gold in it already, Joanne. Like, it's pretty. I don't think the camera is doing it justice. There's a lot of gold in it. I forgot that we did add some embellishments. Just to bring out, I wanted to bring out more of this color here. So we have the antique pearls, which are from last year's January catalog, and they've been carrying over. Well, I hope they have been because I've been using them. And we are going to use the putty end of the Take Your Pick tool. So that end's dried out. I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit more and get one of these big guys off of here. It would help if I was grabbing the right guy. There we go. And we'll put that kind of tuck it. Boop. There we go. And then one middle size and one little. Boop. All right. Now we shall be done. I mean, this, you could make pink bucks. You could make whatever. I absolutely love this set. You guys know I'm an outdoorsy kind of person. So it is just really easy to work with. That was the inside. I'll show you the other one that I made for the swap. So kind of the same thing. And then the inside said happy anniversary. So yeah, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, a little bit out of my comfort zone, honestly. You know, but it's a great card. It really is. I absolutely love it. So, oh, and see, I got so sidetracked. I also had to give Kodiak his medicine. So if you guys heard me talking about Kodiak, he has a little bit of a sinus or something infection right now. But when he eats, it takes him forever. So you have to give him his medicine and then something to eat. And so I'm like sitting on the floor and I'm like, okay, you need to eat. And if I just leave it there, Miss Zena will snag it. So I was making lasagna, finishing that up, and then I was giving Kodiak his medicine. So all the fun things. But anyways, I hope to see some of you guys this weekend at the Luau here in Marshfield. It's not an event that I run, but I do attend it. And if not, I will be sending out my updated list of events. You guys, I have 4 2-day scrapbooking events and then 2 3-day scrapbooking events. So check out the calendar and get it on yours. So, all right. Well, hello, Jane. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.